Why, hello, everybody. It seems that after last Sunday's show, Charlie's wife has disposed of him, and Rob is usually absent. So now that I've taken over the world and the streams, I'm just curious. Does anybody have a channel I can take over to? Hello, everybody in chat. Charlie's not going to be with us tonight. Rob is robbing it, so I'll start the show. We'll say hello to everybody. Just about everybody in chat here: Mally Man, Relic Reaper, Papa Rouse, Iron Antlers, Shannon Dalton. Just saw Grandma Kelly pop in. I'm sure she's driving somewhere. Yeah, she's driving. Bone Dead, Bud Files. We got all the fun ones. George Ann's in here. How is everybody doing tonight? PA Patriot, hello. Chop Shop and whatnot. How are you doing? I'm all fat and full. Just finished dinner a little bit ago myself. Amanda just chilling. Hello. See, Rob's left his fishbowl on, so I can watch him. He's not at the computer yet. Guess that makes me part stalker, but that's fine. Anybody get out and do any fun adventures today? Hello, Hobo Rob. J. Paul. MD Melbourne. How you doing tonight? Nice. Mark's going to go detect himself a lake tomorrow. Got Happy Bears in chat. Minix. Where's Minix? There's Minix. Hello, Mr. Minix. I guess so, Tommy. The world sure is degrading, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I didn't see you sneak in, Minix. And here comes Rob, so I don't have to sit here and talk at my computer like a simpleton by myself. It's already live, Rob. Oh, we can't hear you, Rob. No sound. Hi, Angie. Hi, T-Rep. No, we still can't hear you, Rob.
All right, what about now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hello, Archie Treasure.
It's the same setting, but you have to hit, for some reason, you have to hit refresh on it. How are you doing, sir?
I'm real good. How about yourself?
Good. Apparently, you already are a managing mod because you're here, so.
Yeah, I can do anything you want to your channel. That's probably not a good thing.
No, probably not.
Well, I don't know if you noticed the week you were gone. I'm sure you restarted the stream. I was on and off the camera, but I was sitting behind the screen doing the little StreamYard picker till Denise picked it up for us.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
She said if I'd have realized that I need to be there for the duck races, I'd have started them a lot sooner. I thought we could do them remote, but we couldn't.
Yeah, the only way you could do that is if you gave Charlie your login or something. But
yeah, and you know what? I tried doing that with Denise K, one of the subscribers. She took some footage that she sent me on her phone that she wanted me to make a video of, and I made the video. And she's like, I can't upload it for some reason on my phone. I said, well, just give me your login to YouTube. I'll try to put the video on your page. It wouldn't let me do it through Denise's Google account. It says you have to leave Google. I just couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and answer this. We've already got a lot of people asking where Mr. Charlie is. Mr. Charlie had a family, I don't know if I want to call it emergency or crisis or incident, but situation. Yeah, these go situation. Mr. Charlie had a family situation come up that took his immediate attention, and sounds like it's going to be fairly involved. So he called me about 2 hours ago and apologized. And I said, hey, buddy, family comes first. You got to take care of what you got to take care of. I've been dealing with quite a bit of drama with my extended family lately that Denise has been a godsend helping me out with. And fortunately, thank God, that has stabilized. So hopefully we won't have my crisis to deal with for a while.
I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's not the story I heard, Rob.
Uh-oh.
Mrs. Dow called me and told me that they didn't realize it, but the Hilton up their parking lot security, so Charlie wasn't going to be able to make it tonight. Did he call you or text you? Because that could have been.
He actually called me, so maybe I was his one phone call. You never know.
You never know. All right, we're getting.
I was his one phone call. I appreciate that, Charlie.
Yeah, that sure does make it feel good. Hello, Papa.
You were on time, William. It was me that wasn't on time, and Denise let me sleep in today. We did our 4th of July barbecue and pool party here today at Denise's. It's easier for my buddy whose family works to have Saturday off, so his 3 daughters came over with their 2 grandkids today, and of course the kids never left the pool. I mean, come out, swoop down a hot dog, go right back in the pool. Kids never leave the pool, so they had a great day. So good evening, William. Silver wishes, Papa Rouse. We'll get Papa Rouse up here too tonight. William E. Mark Henninger. Good evening, Mark. Thanks for being here. I'm going to try detecting tomorrow and get up early to beat the heat. That's a smart idea, William. It has been freaking brutal out there, and I'm sure it is for ZACKSON out there in California.
Are you kidding? It's hotter than a $2 pistol out here. 127 degrees in Death Valley, 124 in Palm Springs.
That's insane, ZACKSON. That's just insane.
There's a reason why that place is only open during the winter. Everybody else hibernates for the.
I can understand that. Hello, Captain Vic. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Miss Risha. Hello, Carrie. Good evening. Let's see who else. Mr. Beard. Hello, James. I want you to know, James and Risha, you guys are the talk of the metal detecting community. That video is going to be talked about for quite a while.
What did they find?
I don't want to say it. You gotta go watch it. It's a very short video. One hole, Zach. One of those holes that'll last you a whole year for.
Well, it's just like old Park Rat says. You're only one hole away from.
You're only one hole away from a really good day, and that was the hole. That's an extremely accurate slogan. That's Pat's slogan.
It's very universal.
It's funny because I wore that out detecting on Clearwater Beach right after Pat got me that shirt. I was out in the water on Clearwater Beach one summer, and I had that shirt on. I was in about waist deep of water, and I went by these 5 kids, and they read the back of my shirt, and they all started giggling because they thought it meant something sex-wise, and they had no idea what it meant. So these 5 girls were giggling about it. But
Rob, I would bet $5 to $10 at least that was not originally thought up for metal detecting. Wait, we're talking about Pat here.
That's true. That is very true. He probably just adapted that. But you're exactly
You get one of his nieces or nephews. Uncle Pat's been saying that.
He's been saying that for years. Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, good evening, Scott McClory. Hey, Marty B. Good evening. Thanks for being here, Marty. There's Mr. Mally Man Mike.
NorCal.
Good evening, NorCal.
Oh, no. NorCal's got some real bad news. I just highlighted that. If you guys pray, send Manly some for sure. Yeah,
guys, he had, and I'm not going to go into my family situation, but Rob had a family that, Rob has twin sons, or he had twin sons. Andrew was the oldest of the 2 who came out. He was firstborn. And one of the reasons that Rob came to Daytona this summer, when I went over to Daytona and met him, and hunted with him over Daytona, one of the reasons he was there was to try and find his son. His son had fallen on some really bad times. It's kind of, well, I don't want to talk about Rob's son.
No.
He just had some hard times, and he was going through some things, and Rob tried to get him to come back. Rob tried very hard to get him to come back, and he couldn't. He just couldn't pull him away from the streets. And I'm going through the same thing with a family member my way, and me and my sister, we've spent a lot of time fearing that we would get the phone call that Rob got. And
it's
his son passed away. He was only like 30. I want to say like 34, 6. So yeah, guys. Rob texted me. The other day. He texted me on 4th of July, and it happened on July 3rd. He texted me, and then he called Shane, and then Shane and I talked a while. And Shane was on the phone with him quite a while. He's pretty devastated. I mean, any parent that loses a child it's just pretty horrible. So yeah, if you guys could keep Rob Manley dirt fishing in your prayers. You know, I know Rob's probably not some people's cup of tea or stuff, but in this kind of case, guys, it doesn't matter. You don't want anybody to go through something like that.
Yeah, very unfortunate to hear.
Yeah. So, but good evening, Miss Amanda. Good evening, Gregory Gibson. Hey, Bud Files. Hobo Rob. Good evening, Hobo Rob. Thanks for being here tonight. Hey, Don, Relic Reaper, Mr. Minix. Hello, Mr. Minix. Saying hello to all you great people. Don is. It's a great community, guys. Chop Shop. Good evening.
Well, Chop Shop's here. You know Wendy's here somewhere, so say hello to Wendy too.
Hi, Miss Wendy.
They are never far
Hey,
apart.
Mystic, how we doing? There's Miss She-Devil. There's Miss Georgianne.
Hello, Nick. Hello, Flying Arrow.
J. Paul. Good evening, J. Paul.
Hi, Bells.
Hi, Miss Bells. We got Mr. Jim here from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening, MD Jim.
He's been here since the start.
Always great having Mr. Jim here. Jim and I were also very early subscribers to each other's channel because Jim and I both swung the Xterra 705 or the 705. Back then it was called the 705 Xterra. Now it's called the Xterra, but it was the 705. Mr. Mike, thanks for gracing us with your presence all afternoon, sir. Good night, sir.
You ever wonder if he walks out, sees you, and just decides it's not worth it and goes back to bed?
Who's that?
You ever wonder if he walks out, sees you, and decides it's not worth it and goes back to bed? Ah, crap, he's on the computer again.
He's always asking Denise, where's Rob? Where's Rob? And she's like, Dad, he's at the bank, or he's a metal detector, or he's in the living room with the computer. Why? And he's like, I don't know why, but her dad's always obsessed about where I am, and I don't know if it's a safety thing because he feels a little safer, and not protection laws, but like because he fell about a month ago, and
yeah,
Denise and I used to have to call 911 to have the ambulance. Luckily, we have a fire station right around the corner. We come out and have a couple of the burly guys pick her dad up. Her dad's he's a 6-foot guy, and but we have developed a system. We put a 36-inch doorway into his bathroom that's big enough for his walker to go in. So what we can do is we lean him up against the back of the doorway. We brace his foot against the other side of the doorway, and he braces himself, and then Denise and I can walk him up using his back to get up the doorway. We can lift him up to get him back into his walker in his wheelchair. And but he did. He fell about a month ago. He lost his balance. But so I think he just feels a little better knowing that if something happens, he's out here. And then Denise also has a motion sensor set up in his room. So
yeah.
But
hello, Mr.
There's Mr. Martin Smythe, Mr. Ron E.
Oh, we know Martin's here.
Jim Steele, good evening. Charlie, you have hair, he says. Yeah, Zackson's got hair. Zach, I didn't know what to put for a nickname for you, so I just left it Zackson. Denise was trying to think of a nickname for you, but we didn't want to put anything that would offend you.
I'm pretty hard to offend me, but a lot of the stuff you could call me is probably not a YouTube appropriate or family friendly. Give me just a second.
So, but everybody's saying hi to everybody else. Oh, Jim Melbourne's got a different logo. You lose it, I find it. I like it, Jim. Jay Paul says, I found scrap detecting nothing good. For those of you people that see the videos where I'm out finding 20 Wheaties with Troy, or Troy's finding silver, well, Troy always has a great hunt. Troy never has a bad hunt. Troy's definition of a bad hunt, he calls me and goes, Rob, I only got a dozen Wheaties today, but I didn't find silver. That's a bad day for Troy. So, but I have plenty of days, Jay Paul, where I just find scrap too. You just don't see those videos. I don't put those videos on. I hope my channel's evolved enough from 7 years ago showing zinc pennies and pull tabs, and I'm not disparaging anybody to do that, because we all start there in the parks doing zinc pennies and pull tabs.
I just want to put a public service announcement in there. When you call somebody and they don't necessarily provide the service that you need, and you just hang up, we take a mental note of you, and I assure you that you will never get service again. Thank you goes a long way.
Yeah, it goes a long way.
That's annoying.
I don't like people that don't say thank you.
I mean, end the conversation with a courtesy. Don't hang up. Hello, Brad.
Arky's here. Good evening, Arky Treasure Hogs. H-A-W-G. I like it.
William E. is asking you how many targets somebody digs compared to you.
Well, I was always, even when my hip wasn't bad, guys, and I could walk fine without looking like a penguin walking side to side because my hip's so bad. Even before then, I detected, Rob, your cat is eating dinner. Yes, he is.
No, he says he's eating your dinner.
Oh, he's eating your dinner. Well, I wolfed out a hot dog left over from the pool party today before I came on. Yesterday was Zeus's 8th birthday, guys.
How long did cats live?
Him and Athena got special treats yesterday for his birthday. Hi, buddy.
Yes, Relic.
So they always detected a little faster than me because, well, Dalton's literally half my age, and Troy's about 8 years younger than me. And Troy's a fast detector. But now that my hip's bad, Troy's probably 3 times as fast as I do. So if Troy has a 12-week day and I have a 6-week day, I'm pretty damn happy with that because Troy's covered a lot more ground. If you like look at a wrap up, so we do our 2 wrap ups, Troy will usually have, unless I find a hot spot, Troy will usually have more clad and more trash because he's dug more holes. And to Troy's credit, he probably digs almost every signal, so he'll have a lot of trash because down here, I mean, a silver ring or a little ring or a piece of jewelry just brings up. Us Australians don't have political correctness. We just don't mean anything bad about it. It's something we don't understand. Yeah, Jim, I wish we didn't have it here, buddy, but we are in an age right now where.
Yeah, I can understand you digging less holes. You don't even need to dig as many holes. As long as you don't pass up signals that turn out to be like gold class rings or anything, then you're probably doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm never gonna. That was my metal detecting faux pas right there. That's Mr. Jeremy picking up the Carolinas. I know that was a legit find because I went over that signal and I ignored it. It was a 17-19 on the knots. And for you guys that have the knots, a 19 is a zinc penny. Now a 17 can be a silver ring out on the beach, but when it bounces 17-19 and it's a crappy signal, I was like, I don't feel like dealing with another zinc penny. And Jeremy's machine rang it up better, and he was using, I think, the CTX 3030, and it sounded good to Jeremy. And he started screaming, and I went over there, and there was a 1950s gold 10K gold class ring that he pulled out, which was a bucket lister for him. He'd never found a class ring, and it would have been a bucket lister for me because I've never found a class ring either. But that was the signal I didn't dig. See, all three of us have a signal we didn't dig that regret, and all three of them. It's funny, Zackson, you say that because all 3 of them involved gold. Troy passed up Dalton's gold coin. Troy swung over that, and it came up a 19, which is like a low zinc penny. And Troy passed it up. He's like, I'm tired of taking zinc pennies that day. And Dalton dug it, and it turned out to be that $5 gold coin. And then Dalton took me to one of his permissions that he already hit once, and that's where I found my gold Master Mason medallion. And it's not that Dalton missed that. He just didn't swing over that little section of the yard because Dalton would have definitely never missed a signal that big. It was a great signal. You find gold that's that big, It was a great sticker with Dalton Mystic. So that's the one he regrets missing. Troy regrets the gold coin he didn't swing over, and I regret the gold ring I didn't swing over. So.
Hello, Ron Darrell. Hello, AU Diver.
Good evening, Ron. Good evening, Greg.
Mystic says, it's okay, Rob. I guarantee I passed over that same gold coin.
Yeah, Mystic. There's not a lot of people that know where that park is. Mystic's probably one of the people, based on our description, knows where that park is. And it's funny because it's a park that, well, I'll be quite honest with you, it doesn't allow metal detecting. And
Nice.
We only go down there. We have several parks in that area that the rangers are really, really cool. And they'll literally come up to you in your vehicle and go, hey, guys, you guys know and I know that you're technically not supposed to be here. I don't care because I've seen you guys there before. I know you guys fill in your holes, and you guys treat the ground with respect. So you guys just keep doing that. I don't have a problem with it. As long as nobody gets on my case, I'm not going to get on your case, she says. But then again, we have a park just a few miles from that one, and that ranger treats that park as his sacrosanct down, and he just will not. He's the park Nazi, and he just won't allow us to.
See, Robin, that's somewhere where I don't understand. I mean, I understand it, but I just don't relate to the rangers and things like that, and the particular rules they have in like wildernesses and all that. You never see them out here. It's too hot. They're hiding. It's too hot.
Well, it would be interesting to see right now exactly as hot as it is now if you see them as much. But we actually have our parks, our bigger parks, like the parks that you drive through that have like picnic areas and baseball fields and pretty big parks. There is usually one ranger in a pickup truck assigned during the day where that park's open. And I have to admit, a lot of the times they'll be driving, they'll be patrolling. Now the smaller parks, a lot of the smaller parks, you probably won't have one because it's that ranger that's got to drive down the street and go lock up the other park at night. So you probably won't see them in the smaller parks. But if a park has got a big playground, a picnic area, oh, thank you, honey, you're a good woman. Thank you very much. I got out of the shower late, so.
Only natural she would bring you coffee so as not to have to inconvenience yourself after you
Oh, Rob, my new name will be ready on Thursday. Very cool. Nice, James Eller.
I'm in SoCal, Miss Charlie. I never see them. I'm in the deserts though. We never see rangers.
Now, do you have like detecting area in those parks? And I mean, is there like places where people were that you guys can detect there to find something? I mean, I know you're not really a detector, but
yeah, you can go plenty of places and look. See, the thing is with this desolate, as a lot of my stuff is, a lot of your Route 66 traffic went through here because I'm on Route 66, and there's a lot of places that were happening places, all through the history of Route 66 that are just gone now. So you're talking about the little hole in the wall gas station off this crappy exit that I can go to, that was in operation from Route 66 up until the 60s when they bypassed it.
Yeah, see, and I would love. I have a desire. I mean, the only time that Denise and I have been on Route 66 was when we went out to Vegas, and then we rented a car from Vegas and went out to Grand Canyon, and we did the trip from Vegas to the Grand Canyon on Route 66, and we went through some of the small towns. We ate at the Roadkill Cafe. We did all the touristy stuff, and obviously that was 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and I wasn't even detecting them. But if I'm ever back out that way and have my detector, and I find an abandoned gas station, like you said, off an abandoned exit, you can bet your ass I'll be detecting around that to try to find some 1930s or something like that.
We got abandoned covered. Miss Charlie's apparently in Southern California too. She says, "Yeah, but you're in the middle of no man's land." Yeah, I'm no man's land. There's nothing.
Thank you. Mike DeGree says dishes. No, didn't have any much dishes today. We had the pool party, so everything went on from paper plates. But Torchy said family first. Absolutely, Torchy. Charlie's taking care of what he's got to take care of. Hi, Yodi. How we doing? Good evening, Brian Oilier. Hi, Angie and Rick. Pat Paul. Good evening, Pat Paul. Thanks for being here. He's in the other room going, the family adventures of Angie and Rick.
Bell says she used to live out by Needles detected a lot of 66, found some neat stuff.
See, Bells, that fires me up, Bells. That gives me encouragement to get out there and do that.
Well, I mean, you should see just the number of abandoned houses, abandoned houses that are in complete and total disrepair, trashed and shot. And
how far is that Dead Sea Lake that's out there, that's super salt, that they built that community around until they realized?
That's a couple hours from me.
Oh, okay.
That's closer down towards San Diego, the coast.
Now, is that California or is that Nevada?
That's California, Salton Sea.
Okay. PA parking lot gang. That's Charlie.
Hello, backbreaking.
Hey, good evening, David. JP was in here going charts. So everybody, if you haven't gone over to JP's, I know Charlie, if he was here, he would say that. So let's head over to JP's and everybody leave a comment, a like, guys. We actually have, wow, 63 eyes in here tonight. Thank you, good people. Especially with the late notice. Good evening, Dirt Devil.
They know where to look. The usual suspects are always in the usual spots.
She might agree. He's always taught me, he was talking Charlie, told me he had to go do the dishes, make dinner, do laundry, rub Dal's feet, and then he had to just get off the phone. That's hilarious, Mike. I'd rub Denise's feet, but she's too ticklish. She doesn't want to rub her feet. Howdy, Bells.
Yeah, I'm not a foot rubber.
World hillbillies, naked men in a tub. Yum. I actually had somebody on my channel say, "Go, that's the gayest logo I've ever seen for a channel." And I go, "Dude, it's for charity, so light me up, okay?"
Yeah, I mean,
you can believe some of the comments these people in shorts leave that take these things way too seriously, Zackson.
Oh no, I wouldn't. Some people. It's the sad part. These people have truly got nothing better to do in life. They complain about things that don't matter, and it's like, for as miserable as your little life could be, rather than being a prick, look at the channel content. Come on by. We'll welcome you in and say hi. You don't have to be a metal detector.
Absolutely.
I have never.
Your mom's basement. We'll accept you in, okay?
I have never once swung a metal detector other than my front yard playing with an older one I got, or throwing a magnet for magnet fishing. I can walk in any one of those channels, walk in, go and chat or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just as welcome as I am anywhere else. Very
and,
nice.
And everybody knows you. That's exactly right. That's exactly right, folks.
Same thing with the gold panners. We got people hanging out in the gold panning rooms. You don't have to be a gold panner. Swing by PA Patriots chat on Sunday night. He has a nice fun chat. If you want to know how to pan gold, they can show you if you'd like. You can watch.
There's not one of those guys that I've never heard say, "Hey, you come up here and we'll take you out. And we're going to show you how to do that." And as opposed to Voldemort, who I said I wouldn't use his name, so I'll just call him Voldemort, who was out there charging people literally. He started off at $100 an hour, and then I heard he went up to $200 an hour.
To teach gold panning?
No, to teach metal detecting.
Oh, wow.
He dubbed himself the world's best metal detectors, beach metal detectors, after being in the hobby for less than 3 years. And I've got senior guys at my club that have been doing this for 20 years, and they look at me and go, "I would never say that about myself, and I've been doing this 20 years, and I know a lot about the beach." But, he basically tell people, "I will teach you how to find gold." It's not like the beaches here in Florida have the cut lines like Merrill has up in New York, or even some of the ocean sides that have on the Atlantic side where you get the waves and cuts. On the Gulf side here, if we get a cut line that's like that big, that's a big deal for us because we just don't have the waves on the Gulf side. So to sit there and tell people, I can tell you can read a beach, and you can read a beach to a certain extent, but by telling people, when he made the comment, it's easy to find gold. And then I'll teach you, pay me, and I'll teach you how to find gold. It's arrogant, okay?
It is.
And he's gone. He's disappeared now. Less than 4 years, 3 years. And why? Because he wasn't in metal detecting for the fun of the hobby or for the thrill of it, or because it's the world's coolest hobby. He was in it to build his channel up to make money. I mean, when I met the guy, he told me, I'm in this to make money and save up enough to buy my ranch out in the Midwest and get the hell out of here. and that's all he was in it for. He was just in it to make a buck. And I'm sorry, but you're not gonna last in this. That's what you're for.
We'll just money.
Hey, Super Collector. There's also one of my early subs from 7 years ago. Good evening, Super Collector. Yodi says 114 in Sacramento, guys. That's even hotter than Florida here.
See, 114 in Sacramento is bad too because they got some humidity. Yeah, see, I got it good right now. It's only 7:16 at night, and it's already down to 113, so we're doing pretty good.
Are you serious? It's 113 at your house right now?
Yeah.
How does that just blow your guys? I mean, holy crap, honey! It's 113 on ZACKSON's phone. At
7:30.
What was it? 7:16 there, Zach?
Yeah.
That's hot.
Every day in my 7-day forecast, it's hard to get it to focus, but every day is 115, 116. Friday is going to be the coolest day in the 7-day forecast at 111.
What is it here right now? It is.
Yeah, Melbourne, we know you're hot.
87.
Yeah, Reed, I could go for 99. I don't know. Let me see what it is in my house right now.
Yeah, 100 here is a big day. We hit 100. That's a big day here.
This thing's a piece of crap.
Oh, Marty, that's a great find. That's a once in a lifetime. That's not a once a year. That's a once in a lifetime find. If you guys don't know, 77 is technically it's not the rarest. It's not the lowest mintage. It's the second lowest mintage IHB, but it is the hardest to find.
I know, I saw it.
No problem, Jared. Thanks for stopping in, buddy.
No, PA, we don't have AC. All we have is swamp coolers, evaporative coolers.
You seriously don't have AC?
No, I got one evaporative cooler blowing on me right now. You know what an evaporative cooler is?
Not really, no.
All right. They're referred to as swamp coolers, but they're evaporative coolers. Basically, there's a tub of water. It's pumped up over a pad. The squirrel cage blower draws air through the pad, which grabs moisture and coolness and blows it into the house. So through the active evaporation, it does cooling. They only really work in the desert Southwest where there's no humidity in the air, because it'll raise the humidity in my house from 19% to maybe 30 or 40 because of that. But one of the benefits of it is unlike AC, you have to have a door open to let the air move, because you're blowing. My cooler blows 7,000 CFM of air. That air has to go somewhere. It has to escape the house so that cool air can continue coming in. So it's like you walk into a house with air conditioning. Everyone's home has a smell. You know, it has its own smell. You go into a house with air conditioning that just stays locked up continuously. It's just stale, you know, and you don't get that with evaporative coolers. Yes, I would love to. Is
that similar with these commercials on YouTube about the guy that cuts the holes in the cooler with the ice in it and puts the PVC tunnel things and says this is a revolution?
That's all it is. That's an evaporative cooler. So
howdy, T-Rep.
Yeah, Melbourne. If there's humidity, they just don't work. So they're only really good in the desert Southwest, but they work okay. They'll drop the air from outside 10 to 25 degrees depending on how well your cooler's working. So if it's 115 outside and the cooler's dropping it down to 90 or 95 in the house, it's not that bad. You're used to it. You know, it's not 80, but also your evaporative cooler, you can run the damn thing all month for $30.
Oh, see, there you go. Because to cool a house in those kind of temperatures here, you know, we'd be looking at a $300, $400, $500 electric bill.
No, I mean my cooler, obviously it's shut off every now and then, but for the most part, my cooler hasn't turned off in 2 months, and it won't turn off for 2 months. Little bit of time first thing in the morning. That's about it. But it blows all night. It blows all day. Uses a ridiculous, or it just uses all the water it wants. Hello, Dan. Yeah, Miss Charlie's up there, 90 degrees and 55 to 60, 70% humidity. It wouldn't work up there. It would work like crap. Maybe if you're sitting right in front of it, it'd be okay, but it would work like crap.
Well, thank you, J. Paul. Thank you very much. Howdy, Nick Monar from Canada. Howdy, T-Rep. Where's Charlie? Bell's asked. Charlie had a family, situation, as Denise is saying. Reed's Art of Adventure, where the hell have you been, Reed? Good to see you, sir. Miss Mr. Reed.
Reed's been here for a while.
I know. I heard you say hi to him, but I'm just scrolling down and seeing him. Thanks for being here, Reed. Normally, Mr. Charlie's here. It's the three of us, but Charlie had a little family situation he had to deal with tonight. Howdy, Grandma Kelly. She says, I'm driving it on the road. Gee, imagine that. Grandma Kelly in a car driving somewhere.
That's what I said when I saw her comment. Yeah, I mean, I got this crappy thermometer. It's not working right. Let me grab one of my different thermometers. I'll throw it on my desk. Tell you actually what temperature it is in my house.
Okay. Howdy, Moon. Evening, Silver Assassin. Howdy, Miss Charlie. Welcome. Hey, Chris. How we doing, Chris? PA Patriot. Good evening, sir. Mr. Brockton, how we doing, sir? Says it's just. Does that say just under 100? You're muted, Zach.
That thermometer is straight out of my toolbox in the garage. It's right under 100. I'll set it right here where the air is blowing, and we'll see actually how cool it is where I'm sitting.
Okay.
I got it's stupid.
Yeah, Denise keeps it at 78. You've had that logo for a few years now. It just doesn't look familiar, Jim. Good evening, Brad. Rocky Mountain Prospector. Amanda's chilling, just saying hi to you. Thank you, Miss Charlie. Much appreciated. Hello, Javier.
Hello, Tom Riley.
Howdy, Tom.
And just so everyone knows, Miss Charlie is not Dow. She is a different lady.
No, Dow's Charlie's wife.
No, Miss Charlie is not Charlie's wife.
Oh, no, Miss Charlie's not Charlie's wife. That is correct. Dow, D-O-W, is Charlie's wife when you see Dow in here. Yes, you're correct, Zach.
Yeah, what's in the plug? There was some kind of something that came up. You'd have to call him. We don't know.
Yeah, it was a very just vague.
I think he got busted in the Hilton parking lot, but Rob disagrees.
The ace has found possibly a couple of grams of gold. I just want to try that sometime.
Well,
Charlie and I are trying to plan a trip to Georgia, Zach. I'm not sure. I'm hoping it comes through one of the first 2 weeks of Georgia that I can meet Charlie up in North Florida. We can head up to Georgia together.
PA's been down at Thermal City for the weekend, moving ridiculous amounts of dirt with a couple of guys. So he's finding some gold. If you want to practice, grab that bag that you have and pan it out, Rob. Once you get it and see it, you're gonna get a twinkle in your eye.
I don't doubt that, sir. I don't doubt that at all.
Once it shows up, you're good.
There's Miss Paula. Good evening. Oh, that sounds fun, Bill. Spent the day ripping out furniture and carpet. That sounds fun, Bill.
Wow, I didn't realize Papa Rouse was the same age as Height. 68.
As what?
Papa Rouse is the same age as he is tall. You just put a little foot mark in there. I'm 6'8" with a hip replacement.
No, he says I'm 68.
6'8". You seen Bill? He's a pretty tall guy.
Bill is tall. Bill is tall. Nice, Jay Paul. They get his stickers made. Congratulations, Jay.
Nice. Georgianne's telling you to
well, I mean, it doesn't get more Americana than Route 66, so I want to get that back that way sometime. I would actually like to start at Chicago, right there where the first sign is, and I would like to take it all the way to the here in California. I would like to do the whole route.
You mean ask Rob? Yeah, Rob's always behind the chat. No, Rob. The cool thing about Route 66 right now, even though it will never be the mom and pop motels all the way down, because you can see that all over the place. You can see where there was a mom and pop hotel with a little gas station. I was telling my son when we were driving down some of it one day, I said, 40, 50 years ago, we probably would have had some crap hole little gas station where I worked on cars and towed cars all day. And, your mom and your sisters would be running the gas station and selling gas and doing all, how small town America worked back then. And you can still see those, or the remnants of those, everywhere. But what you get now is you get a lot of crappy little towns like mine, where Route 66 is really all we have. So they embrace that as much as they can, and they do special stuff and cooler stuff for that.
I follow a channel called Joe and Nick's Road Trip Adventures or something like that. Joe and Nick's Adventures. Yeah. And it's this couple whose kids are all grown now, and they sold their house in Texas, and they do nothing but travel the country, and they do adventures. They do videos from small towns. Well, they were at a small town on Route 66, and they stopped in one of the old 50s hotels, one of the motor lodges that the guy has restored, and each little individual unit has its own carport.
Yeah.
And the guy, he happened to catch the guy there when he was filming, and the guy said, hey, let me show you some things. And the guy took him underground, and there's an underground electrical tunnel that you can walk underneath the street, and underneath all the units where all the original conduit went. The guy took them there, and they came up on the other side of the guy's little property. And I was like, yep, there's another place I got to go visit. I got to go check out that little motor lodge.
Supposedly, there's an underground tunnel all the way across underneath my town. I haven't been in it yet, but there's
Danny boy.
There's lots.
I would imagine this country has more underground tunnels than we're ever going to know about.
Oh, it's ridiculous. All right, Rob. It seems to have leveled out. 113 outside. My swamp cooler brings it down to about 86.
See, I think 86 is comfortable.
It's tolerable. You're not gonna catch a chill, but it's not that bad. Hello, Dirt Cloud.
That's a very good chance, Martin. That's a very good chance. Even Tom Kingery.
No, if you ever get the chance, or you want to see some really well written up shows, the name of the channel is Sidetrack Adventures. His videos are about 15 minutes, and he usually does the desert Southwest, and he goes to some pretty neat places, and he does amazing research on them. Like me and my son went up to the name of the exit's Halloran Springs, or Halloran Summit Road off of the I-15. We went up there apparently in the 70s or something like that. A couple was on their way to Vegas to get married, and they needed a little money, so they went into this gas station, wound up robbing and murdering the attendant, went to Vegas, got married, and then got arrested. But he does really good channels with really good write-ups, Sidetrack Adventures, and he keeps his videos short and to the point. 11 to 18 minutes usually. I've never seen a half-hour video out of him. And he gives you where he is, where he's going, shows you on the map, shows you exactly, usually will give you some pertinent information if you're trying to go there yourself. And he's your typical urban explorer, doesn't destroy anything, doesn't touch anything. He's just walking around filming.
I like those over urban explorer videos.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, we talked about this before, about why we think, like, look at I Dig Daytona, look at Detect Florida, the guys that do beaches a lot, look at the amount of views they got compared to the videos, and their views are a lot higher. Adam from AEW, when he's underwater diving, some of the channels that do diving for recoveries and stuff, why do they get so many views? Because the vast majority of people do not live near the water or live near the ocean, and it's a vicarious thing. They get to see something that they don't have in their area that they'll probably never get to do. I'm excited. ZACKSON, my father moved us here to Florida in '73 when I was 11, and one, his doctor told me he needed to retire because he was too stressed out from his job at Peppermint Steel, and he moved to the area of Holiday here because that's where a lot of retirees from his company did. Of course, there wasn't any kids here because it was an old people's community. There was one other kid in my subdivision I became friends with, only because there was just two of us kids there. But I thank my parents every day. You know, I hear so many people that hate this state or hate where they live, and I just want to say to them, effing move. Just freaking, if you don't like this state, if I'm in the grocery line here, somebody says, I can't stand this freaking state, I'm like, then just get the F out. Just go back to wherever the hell you came from. That must suck because you came here. Just go back because we don't want you here. I love this state. I love living here.
You know, I live in California. It's a pretty hated state with some stupid rules, and I agree to that. But when I'm online talking to people, the people who hate California the most have never even been here. It's like, have you ever even been to California? No. And then I was in one chat with somebody. We were talking, and they just got done bashing me on California, and I don't care. You know, I just point out differences in the states. Then they started talking. They had some kind of an abscess tooth or something like that, and their state is basically like a screw you state. You don't have insurance. You know, we can't help you. And I made the comment to him. I'm like, you know, I know it's out of nowhere. I said, if you walked into a hospital in California with that, they would fix it, regardless of whether you have insurance. They will fix it, or they will give you antibiotics, pain meds, and phone numbers, contact information to get yourself some emergency insurance that's going to fix that. And I know for a fact they will, because people I know have gone in, you know, no insurance whatsoever, and they've got hernias, you know, bad hernias, and they're like, you need this fixed right away. I have no way to fix it. And they're like, all right, here's pain pills, here's phone numbers. A week later, they're in surgery getting it fixed. No charge.
My sister had insurance, and through the Obamacare, and we're not here to talk politics, but she had it, but apparently it was an insurance, and Denise had the same problem for a while. It was one that apparently didn't have a good history of payout, so a lot of places didn't take it. And my sister's tumor kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, before literally it looked like she was 7 months pregnant. And she finally found a doctor associated with a hospital in Tampa who finally said, I'll do it. It turned out to start off as a tennis ball sized tumor, and by the time they got it out, it was the size of a basketball. It was almost 30 pounds. I mean, it was. I got pictures of her laying in bed. She looks like she's 9 months pregnant before the surgery. It was almost 30 pounds, and fortunately, very fortunately, it turned out to be a benign tumor. But I mean, it took her forever to find somebody that would even do the surgery with the insurance she had, and she had insurance.
Yeah. Yeah, American healthcare system's broken at best.
Well, there you go. What's in the plug, John? 46 Weedy, nothing problem there. Good evening, Tom Kingery. Yeah, Tom Kingery's Tom Fuller's brother, absolutely. Mr. Danny Boy, thanking everybody for helping him hit 1,000. Congratulations, Danny. Always a great milestone. Thank you, Gregory. Gregory. I know she double 113. Just look at that. Jim says it's 113 every day in the summer.
It is. And they got humidity, and so they got bugs the size of you, you know. It's always interesting walking out your door and meeting a spider that's the same size.
Yeah, I'm dying to go to Australia. I mean, it looks beautiful. And my friend, the guy, my buddy that was here with his 3 daughters and grandkids today, 2 of his 3 daughters, all his daughters went to Christian colleges, and they did. I wouldn't call them mission trips, but they did trips to Australia and New Zealand through their college, and one of them actually did a semester in either New Zealand or Australia. I mean, they just described it as being so beautiful, and I would love to go there. And if I ever get there, you can bet your ass I'll be looking up Jim. But yeah, the bugs and the creatures they have down there, the critters they have down there, ZACKSON, carry you away.
There is no country on this planet that I would not love to visit with the correct guides. Local quality guides that can go show you what's really there, that offer the things really worth seeing and keep you away from the trash. But there is no country on the planet I wouldn't mind visiting. I watched one of my travel bloggers. He went to,
hey Ernie,
I think he went to Afghanistan, one of these countries. The name of the channel is Bald and Bankrupt, and they opened this thing up for tourism under the ISIS. You know, they're under ISIS government. They opened this thing up to tourism, and him and another blogger went, and they're like, this place hasn't been open to tourism since the 70s. It was a huge tourist spot before all the internal wars. He says, we might not make it back, but we're going and we're filming it. And they got the appropriate guides, the appropriate permissions, and you know they were guided through the whole thing.
I ain't going anywhere controlled by ISIS. Okay, there's no way.
They went, and it was really neat to go see a part of a world that most of us, even if we wanted to go and could afford to go, will never be able to go, because they went and filmed it. They went into one of the shopping bazaars or whatever you want to call them, and they were looking at phones and things like this and the prices over there, and they had the gun booths, and they asked the guides, well, see you later, what's in the plug, we'll talk to you in the morning.
Hi, John.
They asked the guides, you know, because they're being taken around by two ISIS, you know, basically babysitters, and they asked them, they're like, can we go over and film the guns? And the guys are like, we don't care. And they go over and film the guns. They're filming the guns. They're like, the guns are cheaper than the cell phones.
Well, is that any surprise?
Yeah, but
Jim says the evaporation cooler works great in dry heat. Reed says he has one. He would die without it.
Yeah. Well, I just showed you it's knocking 18 degrees on the outside.
Thanks for stopping by. Tell Lucy we all said hi.
Yeah, Dan, Japan, Vietnam.
Jim says I have refrigerated cooling now, Jim. We call that AC here, Jim. Not aircon. Not aircon like I see on the shows.
It's different every part of the country you go to. You were born in the Midwest. I'm sure you still look around every now and then for bubblers.
No, not me. I was born in Baltimore. Denise is from the Midwest. Denise, bubblers. What's further Midwest than I was from? Did you call it bubblers out there? Bubblers, water fountains? No, more in Ohio. There is a guy here whose girlfriend's from Wisconsin.
It's Wisconsin.
The channel name, but she's a real cutie, and she calls them bubblers.
Yeah, it's a Wisconsin thing. Yeah, Dan, probably 100 comments even. I keep. That's why I don't say the hellos. I don't do the hellos very well, but I almost always have mine on live chat, and I watch you guys as you type. That way I can say goodbye to people, and they can actually say goodbye to 20 minutes before they see it.
Yeah, Charlie, John, get with Charlie. I was half asleep when he called me because, like I say, I was napping after the pool party. So,
Rob, he's already left 5 minutes ago.
Okay. There's Wallace Family Main Adventures. Good evening, Wallace Family Fan Adventures. I'm only saying hi to him 14 minutes late. There's Miss Grandma Kay. So there you go. Reed says it was cheap and easy to put his new pump in his swamp cooler.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you're talking the electric motor for it is about $150 now. They're getting expensive. Hello, Doug McClure.
Evening, Doug.
The water pump is like $30 now. The pads, depending on whether I have a master cool, so my pads are expensive. They're like $120, but a regular evaporative cooler that doesn't work quite so well, they're like $20 for pads. And a monkey with a pipe wrench could make one of them work. I mean, Rob, even you could rebuild a swamp cooler in a couple of hours without an issue.
Hey, I got a lot of I took a lot of flack during the live stream during my premiere for the drill work I did. But my scoop came out pretty good. I didn't wind up bleeding. I didn't cut any holes through the table. Okay, it was a total success.
Did you remember to pull the trigger, or were you twisting the drill in a circle?
So James is changing the channel name. It's going to be Digging Up the Dirt with 2 James. I got any problem with that. If that fits what you guys want to do.
Whatever you want to do.
I know Tom Riley changed his a little bit. He made his Tom Riley TTH, Big Treasure Hunter. I like Tom's.
Bell's a bubbler is what Wisconsin people call a water fountain.
Yep, a bubbler.
Later, Martin Smith.
Take care. Of course, he's probably gone, but take care, Jim.
No, I mean, for you people that care about your channel growth or how easy it is, how easy it is to find you.
Good evening, Brian.
The shorter, more unique names are easier for people to find. So if they spot you in a chat one night and they watched you, and they were talking with you and they liked you, the easier your name is to find. If you type in Mr. Minutes, there's one. If you type in I'm ZACKSON, there's one. If you type in Georgianne, you will never find her. There's so many.
I will be honest with you. Well, Zach, you're exactly right. When somebody wins a giveaway that hasn't emailed me and I need to find them, if they have a common channel name, or it's their own personal name and it's a name that other people have, I have to come back here to the chat. I have to scroll over to their blue name with the thing. I have to go on the three dots and then put where it says go to channel. And sometimes I have to find people through that, and then I have to hope that they have an email listed on their homepage and then send them an email. And I have to do that sometimes. So, like Florida Metal Detecting. First off, welcome to the channel, Florida Metal Detecting. There's probably only one of those, okay? Brockton Magnet Fishing is probably one. Graham McKelly. Fairy Dust. Hi, Fairy Dust. The more unique, but like you say, also you want to keep it fairly short, like Zackson said.
It does.
Like mine was original FL Thunder, but my eBay name was FL Thunder, so I wanted to add a little something different. So that's when I put Digging McGraw.
Yeah. Is that what your channel name is? I don't even know anymore. Oh yeah, it is.
Scott says, did you know that there is a few miles of road on Route 66 that actually does the Duke of Earl song if you go 55 miles an hour? How does that happen?
The way the asphalt was laid, there's grooves in it, and as your tire hits it, it's like you're running off into the wake up bars on the side of the freeway, and they're just set up in a certain pattern, and
that's just way too cool.
The musical.
Now, I know there's also a few sections of Route 66 that you actually have to get off Route 66 and get on the interstate for a little bit because it's not drivable anymore.
All right, it's the Musical Road in Lancaster, California.
Good evening, Jim.
There's one in New Mexico too. Just type in the Musical Road or the Musical Highway. There's some in quite a few different states, but there's YouTube videos on them, minute videos, things like that. Just Google search the Musical Road, and a bunch of them come up. Dan Smoking Treasure, if you're trying to grow, just start posting shorts. Forget the long forms. Post those when you can. Just post shorts, and you will get to whatever number you want. Yeah, Ernie, we just don't have that option out here. We have to acclimate. But at the same time, you guys got to remember, when you keep your house at a lower perfect temperature, a 68 or 70 degrees or whatever you guys put your home temperature at. Is Rob frozen? No, he's not frozen. Whatever you guys keep your home temperature at, you have to have that in a semblance to what you're going to go through outside. You can't walk out of a 68 degree house into a 110 degree day because you won't be able to function. You're going to be able to make it to your car. That's about it.
I just watched a video clip of a guy doing that. Zach, that was wild, that thing on Route 66.
There's a couple of them. Hello, Thomas 907.
Yeah, Thomas?
There's a couple of them. One of them says the I-40. There's some on 66.
Hello, Brian from Southern Relic. That's right. Reed put this up there, or Zach put this up there a few minutes ago. Reed's exactly right, Reed. Sometimes when we're coming back from Bowling Green, Reed, the trip we just took up to Bowling Green, sometimes we'll get off the interstate and come around through the back roads to the Ozarks. Absolutely gorgeous, folks.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. When Interstate 40 bypassed Route 66 outside of my town here, it happened in 1966, I believe, 66 or 67. There was this old lady, I forget her name. The interstate cut her driveway in half. She complained so much to the governor, the president, everybody else. She complained so much that she made the federal government put in a 2-mile paved driveway to her residence because they cut her driveway off to her home. What that did was she had the straightest 2-mile driveway ever. So in the 1970s and 80s, Car and Driver used her driveway as the test track. The cars are pictured in her driveway, and she absolutely hated them. She would come out with shotguns. So they would go down her driveway, get to her house, and filming it and picturing it and all that. And she would open up on them in shotguns while they're trying to shoot their car and driver episodes, because that's where they did their speed testing, because it was a long, straight, flat 2-mile section. It was a private road, so it wasn't illegal. Car and driver, look up the fastest driveway in the world. Dan, I'm Southern California in the high desert.
Yeah. Mystic, I just pulled him up. I will be checking him out, Mystic. I will be checking him out.
Her place is abandoned. I drive by it fairly often. I haven't taken the kids out there yet, but there's remnants of her home still.
Howdy, Mark C. And Jordan says, Cincinnati, Ohio has many underground tunnels that run all the way into Kentucky. It has great history. Good evening, Miss Diana, crazy about a Mercury. Mr. Brian, Southern Relic Adventures, shout out to all. Good evening, thank you. Howdy, Torchy. Trying to get caught up here.
That would be a neat drive, Gibson. St. Augustine down to Daytona Beach on the coast road.
That's a pretty drive. It'll take a while because there's a lot of little small towns on the ocean side, and you're gonna have a lot of lights. But yeah, that's a pretty drive.
Well, every time an interstate goes through and it bypasses the town because it wants to be an interstate and go fast, whether or not the locals are complaining, the locals don't realize that once the interstate passes them, that town is dead. There's a lot of money that stopped in that town just because they saw the little shops. No, I'm not a suburb of Bakersfield. Bakersfield's an hour and a half, 2 hours away. Yeah, Wonder Hussy made a video on her property. Sidetrack Adventures did one. Quite a few people have done it and thought about it. But I actually
I agree with Digologist. I'd love to come visit and detect for gold down there in Australia, and also metal detect. See, I want to go to a place that's got $2 coins. When Jim goes to a park, I've seen Jim come home with a park from like $35, $37. I'm like, that's more than we can find in an entire month here metal detecting parks in the United States. But Jim's out there finding $1 and $2 coins like they're going out of style.
Yeah.
You're hilarious, Diana. Those are two places I want to go to too, Diana. Denise has been to Hawaii. How many times have you been to Hawaii? 2. Denise has been to Hawaii twice.
Did she enjoy her trip?
Yeah, she liked her Hawaii trip. My older sister saved up for years and took my mom to Hawaii for her 70th birthday. And
So
the story with that goes, my mom and dad were supposed to go to Hawaii, and then they found out they were pregnant with me, so my mom never got to Hawaii. So my older sister saved up and took my mom to Hawaii, and that was one of my mom's greatest memories, going to Hawaii. She just raved about Hawaii.
So Denise has been to Hawaii twice and enjoyed it. I'm assuming you've never been to Hawaii then.
No, that was way before Denise met me. Reed, do I even want to know what the hell the Mormon crickets are? Howdy, Zed. Zed says, I'm saying hi, and he's saying good night. But he's been real active in chat. Sushi's down here now. Come here, buddy.
Yeah, Bells, you were out in the Coolgardie Mining District. You can dry wash out there. There's okay stuff.
Oh, I can't pick you up when you lay down. You're too heavy.
She's at Memphis. She's at Memphis.
Yeah, Dan. I got no desire to go someplace where the Taliban's running. I got no. Yeah, now the food there, Dan, will be incredible. There you go. Mark C says, I'm just fine right here. Well, you got to admit, guys, we live in a country that you can spend your whole lifetime exploring our country and never get bored. Oh, Georgianne's going to Ireland in December. That's another bucket list destination for me, Georgianne. That's being part Irish. That's the home country there. That sounds awesome, Georgianne. I am 100 comments behind Zackson. You're right. Yep, there you go. Bubblers.
Sorry about that.
Have a good night, Martin. Howdy, Brad. Hey, Dennis is here. Good evening, Dennis. Dennis had a great find the other day. You know what? I forgot to show one of Dennis's finds last week that he texted me, so let me show Dennis's find he sent me yesterday. He said it's the second one he's found. I have only found one in my life.
Down East Detecting and Prospecting. Who is that?
Look at that nice bugle end that Dennis found, guys. There is the close-up of it. Vincent Bach. It's kind of hard to read that, but there you go.
That's a key or something?
Huh?
That's a key?
No, it's like a trumpet end or a trombone end.
Oh.
Like the old trumpets.
Neat. Johnny,
yeah, like the military used back in the, you know, for the. So great find, Dennis.
Johnny Smallpepper coming in with $10. Thank you very much, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny.
Reed says that Mormon crickets are giant cannibalistic crickets that invade that part of the world every spring or summer.
Well, that just doesn't sound fun, Reed.
You know.
Yep, Dennis is right. KCMD is short and simple, and everybody knows what it's for: kicking cancer metal detecting. Mystic says the road is like how a record player works with the way the tires hit it. Yeah, Mystic, I just went and watched that little section of that guy's video. Him and his wife were in the car laughing. That was great. I see. That's just one of the cool things you can go out and do, guys. I would have never known that, Zach.
Oh, somebody else mentioned it in comments, but I had heard of them.
All right, here you go, guys. Dan Smoking Treasure, I'd like to get to 500 as gold, but making videos just have to put them out. 12-hour workdays don't help that. No, they do not. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Dan's, he's been a great friend of this channel for Charlie and I. He has sent me stickers and other stuff. He's donated stuff for giveaways. So, guys, please go over and check out Dan Smoking Treasure and check him out. Like I say, he's been a big friend of Charlie and I here on the channel. Collector Invest, good evening.
I just linked Dan Smoking Treasures. If you guys can go over, make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, watch the video, hit a thumbs up real quick, let it play in the background on mute or something.
Yeah, Diana, if I wasn't here, Diana, that's what Denise would have this house at. Denise likes it cold. It's that cold. I'm going to be walking around my nipples hard here in the house, I'm telling you.
Maybe that's why she
Good
likes
evening, Mr. Sheldon. Oh, my God, Collector Invest has my house at 69. Jesus, that's like hospital temperatures. Oh, Fairy Dust says, now I'm thinking of White Castle. Yeah, I could go for White Castle. I'll have a good night, buddy. Thanks for being here tonight, Lawrence.
Oh, I didn't see him leaving.
Yeah, see, Gregory, that's just a pretty drive, Gregory.
Read what Reed wrote about them giant cannibal crickets.
Oh my God. Detecting with Jim asked Rob, is the bicentennial $50 coin worth more than face value? I got 20 rolls last week. Nope. Some people collect them. I know Park Rat Pat likes collecting them.
I probably got 50 of those.
They're not worth anything more than face value unless you find one with an estimate mark that's also one of the silver ones. The same thing with the Eisenhowers. Most banks will still sell you Eisenhowers. Well, actually, banks have to sell you Eisenhowers for face value. Some places, some coin stores will sell you Eisenhowers for $1.50 to $2. But Eisenhower, unless you find the 73S Eisenhower that's silver, Eisenhowers are still only worth face value unless you find a silver one.
Dan Smoking Treasures got his mind going on White Castle burgers. Forget that, man. Just do some pulled tri-tip and make some sliders.
There you go, Dennis. That's probably because they're coming down from Canada, Dennis.
Torchy on the run with the $5 super sticker.
Thank you very much, Miss Torchy. Appreciate it. Oh, wow. Joe lived in Hawaii for 2.5 years. Oh, Joe, that would be awesome. And to Hawaii twice for a total of 6 weeks. It's fun for 5 days. 12 packs of beer in the 90s was like $15. I had my own rental house. But they do have Jack in the Box there. Man, we haven't had a Jack in the Box here in Florida for probably 20 or 30 years. Hey, Down East Detecting, good evening. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. Sorry I'm 5 minutes behind. Wow, I'm just getting caught up to Johnny Small Peppers. Thank you, Johnny.
Wow, NorCal Digger's putting in a last request instead of it. If he ever gets sick, he says he wants the last thing he hears about is your hard nipples.
Absolutely.
So keep
I want you to go to sleep. I want you to go to sleep thinking about that tonight, NorCal. Thank you, Zach, for putting that up. Jordan said Zed's off the charts on JP's.
I went over there. I didn't see what she was talking about. Dan, to be honest with you, if you put shorts out just about your cooking on your briskets or whatever you smoke, you would get there fast. Food does really good in America for some reason.
Because we're fat.
Yeah, but food videos do really good when you're slobbering at a YouTube short. Hello, Phil Leo.
Yeah, Zed's on fire over there. Him and Mary are going at it like they normally do.
Are they? I'm glad somebody's upholding the throne of greatness. I backed off on Mary some.
No, Scott, you gotta enjoy the White Castles, even if your body's not gonna like them later. You gotta enjoy White Castles. Whenever we leave Bowling Green, the road that the KOA campground is down. At the end of that road, before we get to the interstate, there's a White Castle, and some of the guys we used to go with, they would always get a huge to-go bag of White Castles for the trip out of Bowling Green. We don't have White Castles down here in Florida. The first White Castles we can get to is up around Tennessee, and the same with Denise. When we did a driving trip up to Fairfield, Ohio, I think the first Frisch's Big Boys we get to was in Tennessee, and we stopped there and got a Frisch's Big Boy. I'd never been to Frisch's Big Boy before.
No, Dan Smoking Treasure says he can do the food shorts easy. You can do 3 or 4 on one meal that you cook. You'd be amazed the views that food videos get.
Alrighty, guys. Since Silver Wishes brought this up, here's that thing I did the short on from my neighbor's garage, from her late husband's toolbox. Now, this does look like a thing that does carpet, but I type in carpet roller, and they're all like this wide. They have like 10 spikes on them. So this is narrow for a carpet roller. But you type in leather spike, and leather spikes only have 1 or 2. And then you type in grinder for your grinding wheel to smooth off your grinding wheel, and they look different than this too. But I have not been able to find one on the internet that's the exact same thing as this. So this could be one of the 3 things. This could be a leather punch. This could be your smoother for your grinding wheel to level your grinding wheel off, or this could be a carpet roller.
Have you tried Google Lens?
No, because I didn't put that on my phone. I don't like putting a lot of apps on my phone.
No, it's built onto your Google. Hold it up to the screen real quick. Without your face. God damn it, you're moving around. That'll work.
I mean, it's a pretty cool tool, but and the way this handle's built, I want to say it is type of roller.
I found it.
Found the exact same one?
It's
metal
made by,
handle.
it's a Delta Surrey Langley Tools item, exact same one. Give me a minute. I'll let you know.
Torchy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Torchy, that's just fine. Scott, we've got fireworks going off over here too still. Yesterday and tonight, we still got people blowing off fireworks. Well, Dan, now that I'm trying to diet, I'm trying to stay away from fast food too. But I have to admit, we got some sliders 2-3 weeks ago. Oh my God, 1981. Last time I got taught 81. Oh my God, Diana. Dennis is letting Danny Boy know that he'll be in New Hampshire in August. Dennis is doing his northern loop right now, guys. When it's hotter than Hades down here, Dennis does his northern loop where it's a little cooler up there, guys. Because Dennis is smart. I'm here to give you nightmares, Mike. Okay, so there you go. Good evening, Phil Leo. See, show me Stacker, you just never know. I made a short of bacon cooking, my most viewed video. I put 2 shorts on back to back. One's at 10,000 views, and the other's at 69. Guys, it just depends if YouTube picks up your algorithm. Steak and shrimp. That's nice surf and turf right there. Northern Sound, have a good evening. Welcome. Frank, you're in the room, everybody says. Which because I did a butter chicken short. Ooh, that sounds good. Virginia used to have White Castles. Okay. Good evening, Lewis. Lewis Villarreal is here. Oh, hang on. Reed's doing the cricket short. I gotta pull this up here. I got. Yeah. Those are nasty looking. They're actually not crickets. They're katydids. Katydids.
Forget that. Rob, Ernie Angel says that they use that in automotive detailing business to clean the dried racks and debris from his buffer wheel. That tool? I found 2 of them for sale, but I haven't found a great description yet. And they were previous sales.
Okay, Ernie, that makes sense because somebody else said that they're also used to, when your grinding wheel gets out of true or whatever, they use these to true your grinding wheel too down. So using them for a buffer pad makes sense too to clean out the buffer pad. Those are nasty looking, Don. You're exactly right. We have spider crickets in Oklahoma. Those don't sound yummy either.
I'm back in just a second.
I believe, Phil, you could be right. A DIB butt crack rotary lint scraper. Absolutely, Phil. Wow, we got 75 likes tonight. Thank you, Torchy. Wow. Let's get a race set up for all you good people here since you're also rocking. I know there's a few people here tonight that I might not have in the race. All right, guys, I'm just going to, while Zackson's busy, I'm going to just double check the race, guys, make sure everybody here that's in the race. Okay, that person's in, that person's in. Oh, Torch, yeah, I know everybody thinks they're uglier than hell, but I love those cyber trucks. We actually have one or two here in our county. Shannon Dalton says, I'm telling you people, wheel dresser all day long. All right, guys, just adding a couple people here that's not on the master list. Reed hasn't been here in a while, so we got to add Mr. Reed in. If you guys have not been here before or haven't been here in quite a while, please make sure you leave a comment so I can get you in the duck race. Duck races are free. We don't ever charge for duck races. That is, Jim. That'll get them down. It's a carpet, Muncher. A carpet. All right, guys, let me go to participants just to make sure we've got everybody in here. Good evening, Bill Brasky. Cody Ammons is here. Welcome, Cody. We haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to the chat, sir. Thank you for being here. Matter of fact, we will get you in the race. Down East Detecting will get you in the race.
Cody Ammons, hello. Oh, you need to put it on quick.
We've already got Detecting with Jim in there already. We've got Chris in there. Check for Mark C. I'm pretty sure Mark C is already in there. Yes, he is. Shop's in there. Thomas 907 is in there. We got everybody in there. Those three extra people.
Scott says he's got to go work because he's got to get up at 5 a.m. to work a shift. He's sure that I'll tell him if he got McClory. Scott, I didn't start that joke. I just said it louder.
I came up with the phrase McClory, so, but yeah, so. All right, we got Dennis in there, we got Jay Paul in there. Yep. Mr. Florida Knox, Dalton himself, he must not be working tomorrow. It's 11 o'clock for Mr. Dalton to be in here. Holy smokeroonies. Good evening, Mr. Dalton.
Yeah, the time differences are crazy. Scott's all worried about losing. He says he can stay for one race.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get that going then for him. Let's get present, share screen, duck race. All right, let me shuffle characters here. Shuffle twice, shuffle 3 times. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna do this right off the bat for Big Silver. We're gonna do this for a silver quarter.
AU Diver says the name of that thing is a buffering wheel dresser.
Buffering wheel dresser. Okay, I will type that in. Alrighty, guys, this is for a silver quarter and a 3 men and a tub sticker. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, being US Odyssey.
And while that's running, Zackson, I'm going to get me a cup of coffee, sir.
Go for it. Let's see who's not going to win tonight. None of us have a chance, but somebody's going to get lucky. Later, Dan. You have a good one. Hello, Park Rat. Probably read.
Yeah, Rob gets back here for the final 10 seconds. Who we got? Miss Cindy Murphy. Miss Cindy in the chat. Our prospect here, but we see Mr. Gregory Gibson. I know Gregory's here.
Let's see. Who are we? If you are in the top 5 and see your name, please post and let us know you're here. Gregory Gibson is here.
Yep, Gregory's here, and I don't see Cindy or John R. They're not taggable in my chat.
I haven't seen John R.
So we're just going to call that one right from Mr. Gregory Gibson. Boom, Gregory.
Yep, Gregory Gibson it is. Congratulations.
Congratulations, sir. Well, that worked out nice. Scott, thanks for staying, buddy. Thank you, Thomas. Carrie says, good luck, good luck, good luck, everybody, which Charlie usually says.
Oh, well, I don't know if you noticed, while you were gone, Park Rat Pat showed up.
I heard you say hi to Pat. Good evening, Pat. Pat, are you in Florida? Or are you up in Tennessee, sir? The camera's all moved. I will check that video out, Tom.
Gregory Gibson, email rob at flthunderme.com. Went ahead and threw the banner up there for you.
Thank you, sir. There you go, Gregory. I appreciate that, Dalton. Much appreciated. I know this is a late night for you, buddy.
Yeah, he did say he was off this weekend.
Oh, he is? Okay, I was going to say, because when that little Bambino comes, he's going to be having plenty of these late nights. Good evening, Deb Melvin. Welcome. Bill Leo says, Rob, collect U.S. coins since you just received the 2025 Red Book. Famous double die of Verse Lincoln is 1955, but 3 1958 double die Wheaties have been found. Last one auction for over $1 million. Yeah, the 1955 double die obverse is probably one of your best known Wheaties. I always check that when I find a 55 Wheatie, whether it's metal detecting, point or honey. I've never found one, but I did not, excuse me, Phil, I did not know about the 58. Thank you for letting me know that, Phil. But it's great seeing Mr. Dalton in here. Yeah, let me show that off, Dalton. Dalton says, what a score from Troy today. You got to see this, Zach. From the register at work, Zach. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Somebody brought in a bunch of these. Troy only had $6 and he could grab 3 of them. 1953 red seal $2 bills, and the top 2 are star notes in sequential order. They're going for anywhere from $25 to $100.
Nice.
Some guy brought a half a dozen of these into Home Depot today to use as regular cash. Do these people not know this stuff's worth money?
They don't care.
Apparently not. That's what I was thinking, Shannon. Dalton's just practicing staying up for being that new baby. Yeah, Miss Bernay says the sun is barely setting out there, Zach.
Yeah. I mean, you still see light out my door. Not by much, though. It's getting nice. Yeah, I read that.
Oh. Well, Dan, I hope you feel better, sir. We'll be here in the morning, too. My duck is trying out for the barbecue. Absolutely, Jim. I had you in there, Reed. I put you and Cody in there. Yeah, and I don't even know if it shows a full 100 of them, Scott. It probably shows less than 100 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Grandma Kay's got grandbaby number 9 coming in the morning by C-section. Wow, Grandma Kay, congratulations. We know where Grandma Kay's going to be in the morning.
I don't know. After the first date, it's kind of pointless to go anymore, isn't it?
I guess when you become a grandmom, it's a big thing, Zach.
You don't have kids.
No, I don't have any kids. I won't be a grandfather unless something strange happens. Hey, there was plenty of years back in my police day when I sowed my wild oats, Zach, that I waited for a door knock on the door saying, "Hi, Dad." But that never happened.
Well, if anybody ever shows up and tells you that, just tell them, "¿Qué? No, no."
You gotta go to Wally World. Heading home Monday and then back up here Thursday. Oh, wow, holy crap, Pat's doing a lot of driving. I hope you guys are using the wife's car, Pat, the reliable car. Pat's wife's got the nice car.
Yeah, that's about how it goes.
It is how it goes. Denise has our nice car. Johnny Small Pepper, I use it to fluff up my toupee. That'll do it, Johnny. No, you're exactly right, Don. Someone did not know what they had. But then again, when my bank teller got 5 of those old bills that came in, she told the guy, "Sir, these are worth money. You need to take these to a coin shop or a coin dealer." The guy goes, "I don't really care. Just give me regular money I can go out and spend." So she saved them all for me. Yeah, that is. I know, Mark. See, oh my God, that is a heck of a score. Miss Georgianne says, "Good night. I'm heading to Pittsburgh in the morning to go magnet fish. Have a great time, Miss Georgianne. We'll look forward to seeing that."
Good night, Georgianne.
Yeah, I think I love those little White Castles. Absolutely, fairy dust. Absolutely. Yeah, Mark. I yelled at Troy for only having $6. He's like, "Well, I already spent some money at work that day." I'm like, "Troy, dude, use your debit card and take some money out of the register or something. Come on."
Oh, there's no earthen way I would not buy out every bill I could that was unique like that.
What is White Castle, Dennis? They're all over up around your way, and isn't White Castle up the East Coast? Hi, Mrs. Zach. Oh, I won't get to see him till Sunday or Monday. Okay, I thought you were heading over there, Grandma Kay. Oh, Casper, good evening. Oh my gosh, Reed says, "I got 3 grandchildren and they live with me at my house, and that's quite enough." I would say so. We had 3 grandkids here today, Reed, at the pool party, and they're really easy to deal with because they never left the pool. Get out, wolf down a hot dog, and jump right back in the pool.
They don't care. They're just having fun.
There you go, Zach. You can pass that along.
I read that. I'm not passing that along.
Oh, Dennis says Hardee's for sure, but not White Castle. No In-N-Outs on the East Coast except for belly buttons. Wow, Diana has 3 grown grandchildren and a great grandchild. Denise's dad now has 2 great grandchildren. We haven't met either one of them yet. Denise is a great aunt. We haven't met either one of them yet. See, I've never heard of Royal Castle, Martin. I don't know what Royal Castle. We actually had. Stop, Dalton. I'm going to get the detector out. He hasn't detected in weeks, if not a month, guys. Stop.
He was trying to give you a chance to catch up.
Working over in Ocoee next week, and we'll actually get the detector out after work. Have some spots to test out. All right, Dalton. Now I gotta Google to find out how far Ocoee is from you.
Good night, Brian. Yeah, it's interesting how the food places can only be on certain sides of the country and they don't cross over very well.
Okay, Ocoee is on this side of Orlando, outside of Claremont. Yeah, that would be a drive for me, buddy. I'd have to do an overnighter at Disney. Oh wow, he's still got Carl's Jr. out there. Wow,
yeah,
we don't have. Yeah, we have Crystal Burgers down here, Shannon. We have Crystal Burgers in Tampa. I got some of them about 2 months ago, and I was the only person there. So the lady goes, "If you can give me 5 minutes, I'll make them fresh for you." And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." And boy, they were some nice fresh hamburgers. Yeah, Whataburger's all closed here in Florida, Reed. They opened up a whole chain of Whataburgers, built them brand new, and within a year, they literally were all gone and tore back down, Reed. But yeah, we have Crystals. We used to have Whataburgers. They're gone. We've never had Carl's Jr. here. We do obviously have Five Guys. Brian Orlier, have a good night.
You got Hardee's out there though, right?
Yeah, we got Hardee's.
Hardee's and Carl's Jr. are the same thing.
Ah, okay, because Steve and I hit a Hardee's on the way home from Bowling Green.
Yeah, Hardee's and Carl's Jr. same thing. Do you guys have Del Taco out there?
No, we don't have Del Taco here. We don't. The only chain taco place we have here is Taco Bell. We don't have like regional chains like Del Taco. They just don't seem to make it here. Taco Bell chases them away.
Well, Del Taco and Taco Bell started out. The owner of Del Taco, the guy who started Taco Bell was his cook. They started in my city. They had differences of opinion, and the Taco Bell guy went and started his chain. The Taco Bell guy was much more business-like in what he did. So our Del Taco took a lot longer to take off and never did, and hasn't done quite as big. But we still have the original ones in town with the original food. It's way different.
So, Leo, I like Wendy's too. I actually worked at a Wendy's when I was a teenager. And I still like Wendy's. If you go to Wendy's, it's because Wendy's does projections. Like if you see like 3 or 4 cars parked in the parking lot, you're supposed to drop an order of fries, and you're supposed to put like 3 or 4 burgers on the grill, so you can kind of anticipate the people coming around and have the food ready. And the problem is that those people order chicken or something else, and those hamburgers, if they sit on the grill to a certain point, that they get to a point where they're overcooked, they won't serve the burger. They chop those hamburgers up and they go into the chili. And if you get an extra meat a day, it's because they overcounted their hamburgers, and their extra hamburgers go into their chili.
That's neat.
He always says, "Oh, Orlando." Tom Riley says Orlando is Del Taco. I didn't even know we had any in the state. Thank you, Jim, or Tom. Excuse me. Carl's Jr. bought out the green burrito.
They did.
We used to have burger chefs here. When we moved to Florida in '73, we still had Burger Chef, and they had the big white loopy chef's hat. And they competed with Burger King and McDonald's, and basically those two drove Burger Chef out. But we used to have Burger Chefs here in Florida. Rob, do a hamburger place called The Habit. I haven't heard of that either, Mark C. You look that one up.
Yeah, you guys don't want to talk about prices out here. I got you all beat on fast food prices.
Oh, the Habit Burger Grill.
There's
one in Clearwater. Nice. There's Habit Burger Grill. There's one on Gulf to Bay in Clearwater.
I haven't heard very rave things about Habit. I haven't heard very rave things about Habit's food, but their milkshakes are supposed to be great.
Well, I'll definitely go there with Denise to get milkshakes in, because Denise is definitely a huge milkshake. Yep, Red Robin. We don't have any of those down here either, Neil.
No.
Red Robin. I remember those. Zed says I like turtles. We don't have those either. Yeah, Wendy's has good chili. And then that Frosty, that's a unique thing nobody else carries.
That idea wants to know if you remember an automat, Rob.
Go back to see what that is. I remember Photomats.
Yeah, Rita, we got some.
Oh, an automat is a type of fast food restaurant where the food and drink are served through a vending machine, typically without wait staff. Yeah, I remember some of those in businesses, in buildings, but that's been a long time. Reed says we have a crappy Chinese restaurant and a little Mexican place with the biggest burritos in Nevada. Nice, Reed. Dalton says the Nebraska Mini Mart in Tampa has A+ burgers. That place we stopped in Dalton out in the middle of nowhere that I got that piece of chicken, that was one of the best pieces of chicken I'd ever had. Diana says, I've been living here since Christmas Day in '71. We finally got a real Mexican restaurant, and it's fabulous. Guys love going to a good Mexican restaurant. We always hit a Mexican place up in Bowling Green. We have our regular restaurants up there we go to every year. Yeah, and I've never been to Burger Fry or Burger 21.
Never even heard of them.
I've heard of Burger Fry. That's kind of an upcoming chain. It's more of a, I think it's more on the kind of the, see, when I say the high end, Zach, it's not that it's high end. It's like Five Guys. If you take two people to Five Guys, you're not coming out of there for under $25.
Well, you can't come out of anywhere around here for under $25, but
we don't have that. We don't have that $20 minimum wage here in Florida that you have.
Oh, it's nuts. Hey, we just passed by Black Bear Diner, which is a sit-down diner. I don't know if anybody's seen or heard of those. They have some okay food, but I just passed by there Monday through Friday. They have a lunch special for a burger and fries for $11.99. Now that doesn't come with a drink, but I don't always buy a drink. But at $11.99, that's cheaper than going to McDonald's and buying a Big Mac meal. And I guarantee you, it's
serious.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you don't have the $5 Wendy's biggie bag out there.
We don't even have $5 bills in California anymore. We just burn them for, fire starters or whatever. They don't. What? They're not worth anything. You can't do nothing with them.
Oh my God.
It's like it used to be carrying around pennies. It's like they're just annoying in the pocket. What? This can't do nothing.
Yeah, Shannon says the $5 value meals are $10 now. No, I can go into a local Wendy's here, and even here in Florida, the McDonald's has lost so much business to Wendy's, and Hardee's now has a $5 value meal. So Wendy's just came out with a $5 value meal, or McDonald's just came out with a $5 value meal to compete with Wendy's and Hardee's here in Florida. Because McDonald's is losing, and everybody's losing business to Chick-fil-A. Go to a Chick-fil-A at noon here, you will see a double line of cars around the building in a circle, and you go to McDonald's at noon, you might see 4 cars.
The thing is, Chick-fil-A just makes better food than McDonald's, and it's the same price. McDonald's has raised their prices so high and their food quality so low. Luckily, they've tried to step up their food quality some, but what we're getting out here is you can go to we got what is it? It's Chili's, I think, out here. During the weeks, they have a lunchtime special of an $8.99 burger meal, burger, fries, side.
I would imagine out there in California, that's a phenomenal deal.
It's a great price. One of the fast food managers or whatever, he was standing there griping. He's like, "How am I supposed to try and sell a number one for $14.98 when they can go next door and get a better meal for $8.99?"
Yeah, and it's a sit-down meal.
Well, I mean, it's sit down or take or whatever you want, but it's actually helping the restaurants because of that. Now you lose if you tip your waitress, but if you take it to go, who cares?
Hey, Silver Paws, good evening. Yeah, I never heard of Burger Pit. Evening, Paws. We're talking about food tonight. Bad idea, Lab Joe. Ever heard of Burger Queen? It's Australian Burger King, Joe. That's just hilarious. Marty, my buddy, likes Culver's. I went there once, and Culver's is like Five Guys. They will not, even though you can custom build your burger, they will not give you a medium rare burger. Culver's, just like Five Guys, they do their burgers medium to medium well, and I don't like a medium well burger. I don't want to eat a hockey puck burger. Yeah, Grandma Kelly, we still have the two for $6 chicken wraps down here in Florida. I could get me and Mike chicken wraps 2 for $6.
Every now and then you can catch really good specials like that. Like right now, Carl's Jr. just put on the bacon, egg, and cheese croissants for 2 for $5 or whatever, which are usually deals I go buy when I'm going out. I do like
That's not bad. And see, here in Florida, those are 2 for $3. Burger King's doing their croissant, their egg and bake croissants for 2 for $3 here in Florida.
Yeah, they're $5 here.
Yeah, see, Zach, that's another reason people live here. You can eat here and that's probably why there's so many people fast food. There's so many people that are fat. You can eat your fast food for next to nothing. When I 5 years ago, when I did my challenge to where I could only eat with the money I found metal detecting in parks, and I went out the first day and I just metal detected all day, and I wound up getting something like $7.30 and change my first day. I killed myself that first day, but I went to McDonald's and I got a water and a 99-cent something for 99 cents, and then I went to the dollar store and I bought a dollar steak and a dozen eggs, and I had my dollar steak that night. And the next morning I got up and I had my dozen eggs, and I bought a loaf of bread for $1, and I made myself French toast the next morning. And I did that for a week. I did my eating off metal detecting for a week. And now this was 5 years ago, so obviously inflation wasn't anywhere near as bad as it is now. But I ate for a whole week off the change that I found metal detecting. Now that also was the week that I hunted so much that I tore my retina in my eye because I was bending over so much. I put pressure on my eye, and a piece of the back of my eye came off.
Yeah.
And I had to go see one of Denise's customers is an eye surgeon. He put me into his schedule, but yeah, that brought that to an end real quick. Dalton, I've never eaten a chicken salad chick. We have that chain down here, but I've never eaten that. And Dalton was the one who introduced me to Zaxby's. And I really like Zaxby's chicken sandwich. Zaxby's, Dalton and I took me down there, down in Brandon, Florida, where he's got a big commission. And we stopped there one day, and Dalton and I ate Zaxby's. And I really enjoyed their chicken sandwich, too. Yeah, Diane, Denise and I could eat a Chick-fil-A all the time. Oh, Shannon, I'm there, buddy. I'm with you there, buddy, for the senior discount. Rob, how about a restaurant Boca Grande burritos? You got to go. Hey, I'm up for good. Me and my buddy Steve roll. Neither one of our spouses like Mexican, so when him and I are together running around, we always make sure we go find a new Mexican place, because our spouses don't like it. So him and I, if I used to go running around buying coins and taking coins back to Tampa, and he's got the day off, he's like, Rob, let's go running around all day while you do your. Well, we'll go find a Mexican restaurant. Oh my God, you have not tried Chick-fil-A yet? You got to go, Brene. You got to go.
I still haven't been there.
Now, do you have those in California, Zach?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're waffle fries. Now that McDonald's doesn't salt their fries as much, I mean, obviously, way back in the 80s and 90s, you could get McDonald's fries and they were just full of sugar, and they were just the best fries in the world.
They were.
But now they hardly put any sugar, any salt on them. But the waffle fries at Chick-fil-A, if they're fresh, are great.
When I go out for fast food, I'm not looking for healthy options. I want things to satisfy my gullet. I don't try to make McDonald's healthy for me. Make it good. But I just saw a picture the other day. They took a photo of a 1980s Big Mac, and they put it next to a modern day 2024 Big Mac. The thing is a third the size. The 80s one was huge, and you look at some of these meals, you're like, man, I must just be turning into a gluttonous fat ass, because these meals, you buy an $18 meal because you want to get full, you get done, you're like, well then. The shrinkflation is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that guy Morgan Spurlock that did the fast food McDonald's Super Size Me movie. Of course, he just passed away from cancer. But the guy that did the Super Size Me movie, when you look back at the size of those portions that McDonald's used to have, you're right, Zach. They were massive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got the double quarter pounder or something with super large fries, and they had like that 26 or 20 ounce drink, that because his deal was, if you walked into McDonald's and he ordered and they said, the way he set up the parameters of doing his movie, and if they said, do you want to supersize that, his answer would always be yes. And usually 4 out of 5 times they asked him that, so he would have to eat the supersized meal. And he did nothing but McDonald's breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 30 days. And then he went to a doctor. He gained something like, in 30 days, he gained something like 12 pounds.
Hi, Cindy.
His triglycerides were off the chart. His LDL and HDL blood pressure blood work was off the chart. Every single thing in his body was horrible. It just wrecked his whole body for 30 days.
What, from eating the McDonald's food?
3 meals a day, 30 days, 90 McDonald's meals. He did nothing but 90 McDonald's meals for 30 days. And then he went back to his doctor. He did a full workup before he started it. And his wife at the time, or his girlfriend, whoever she was a vegan that did nothing but ate healthy food, and she just freaked out when he did this thing because he just, I mean,
See, I always take experiments like that with a grain of salt, because I try to look at the metric that he's running. Did he also go from being a cross-country runner daily to just doing nothing for a month and sitting down while he was ingesting all this food his body wasn't used to? I look at some of the prerequisites that you're not always told.
Hey, hang on, Phil. It actually didn't detach. The backing of my eye, a corner of something on the back of my eye. There's like a backing behind your eye, and I could see light even with my eyes closed. I could see light coming through the back of my eye. So it didn't actually detach my retina, but something broke off, and I now have a floater in front of my eye. But he said I was actually one of the lucky people that when that happens, that my retina didn't detach. So yeah, I didn't have a detached retina, Phil, but I messed up my eye because for that whole week of metal detecting, I was out 3 times a day metal detecting, and all of those just bending over. Well, guys, let's do another race. It's already 11:43. We've been on 2 hours, Zach. Let's do another race.
Yep, about done. You got to get up early to run your show anyway.
Yeah, let me add one other person in here that I just saw come in.
That's no good, Mark.
We'll get traveling hobbyist in here.
Well, that's the thing, especially like with fries. When you talk about the cheapest possible thing to make, a sliced up potato, why do some places scrimp on it? It's like Five Guys, they give you a bag full of fries.
Oh yeah, never order a big fry at Five Guys, because you get the smallest of Five Guys, you'll never be able to finish those fries.
Yeah, but why do some of these other places, like McDonald's or something like that, why do they got to scrimp even on the fries? Give me some fries.
Yeah, because like you said, potatoes are cheap.
Cheap.
Get in here, Cindy Murphy. Sorry to say, Cindy, but 15, 20 minutes ago, you won a race, but you weren't here, dear.
I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to tell her.
All right, so we got Mr. Florida Knox. We got Fairy Duster in here. Everybody's in here.
I haven't gotten to eat at Five Guys yet. I want to.
I had traveling hobbyist, so that makes everybody here. All righty, guys, let's do this for a Mercury Dime and a 3-man and a tub sticker.
Now you still have a couple of those stickers left. You were going to try and do a last sale on those, weren't you? Or you're going to wait off on that?
Well, we'll talk about that. Yeah, I'm going to talk about them tomorrow. We're going to try to do one last push for donations tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And we're going to wrap that up tomorrow morning. And I know we're over 550. Miss Georgianne sent me a donation. I got to send her stickers out, and a couple other people. And then the folks that donated super chats tonight, we'll send them off some sticker packets to thank them for the super chats.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. So let's do this for a Mercury Dime and a 3-man and a tub sticker.
Well, probably won't.
So I can get one or something? Like I don't know, citrus and stuff?
Alrighty, guys. Shuffle characters. Shuffle them a second time. And 3, 2, 1. I did get 8 prize packs out this week, guys, and I got about another 6 more to get out. Yeah, Phil. Yeah, Phil. McDonald's used to have great fries. Yep, absolutely. The fries have to be hot to almost burn your lips. Absolutely.
I agree. Cold fries sucks. Reed's talking about the fast food chains run on a pretty thin margin. Some do, some don't. You see a lot of Dairy Queens out here because I guess Dairy Queen runs on a really good profit margin, basically because ice cream's cheap or ice cream mix is cheap. I don't think they run on as thin of margins as they pretend.
Yeah, Shannon, you're right. One order of fries from Five Guys will feed the whole table. That's what I'm saying. When you go there, guys, if you order 4 burgers from Five Guys, Shannon's right. Just get 1 order of fries because they literally smash as many fries as they can in there, and then they're even overflowing into the bag. Yeah, Five Guys definitely does not skimp on the fries.
Shannon Dalton says if he sees the name Heart Attack Burger on the menu, he's having that. Have you heard about that place in Las Vegas, the Heart Attack Burger joint?
Got it.
I wouldn't mind eating there. I don't know if I'm going to order some 10,000 calorie burger, but I wouldn't mind trying one of their burgers. They got to be good.
Did you see Phil comment? Dairy Queen married Mr. Softy. No kids. Oh, that's hilarious. I've never eaten a Panda Express.
What kind of American hasn't eaten at Panda Express? The things are everywhere.
They are everywhere. Alrighty, guys, 10 seconds left. Leanne Crawford's up there. Marty B. Oh, Marty B's fading. Here comes Moon over Miami. The Jen Show. I haven't seen her tonight. And boom. Let's see who's got.
All right, folks. Remember, if you are in the top 10, comment so we know you're here, or top 5 or whatever. Yes. So we got Jen Show, Workman's Adventure, Whistle Pig, Mary Kay, Sherry Lynn, Deb Melvin. If you are in the top 10, comment so we know you're here. I think Martin Bishop might be the only one I've seen.
Yeah, I don't think anybody. The first 4 have been in here. Sherry Lynn Martin hasn't. She's usually a regular, but I haven't seen her tonight. So I'm going to say it's probably going to be Martin Bishop. You're probably going to be right.
Martin Bishop, are you still here?
Unless Deb Melvin was here and didn't see her.
Deb Melvin, Whistle Pig. If you're in the top 10, comment so we can see if you're here. We're not waiting forever.
What I'm going to start doing probably tomorrow morning, Zach, is I'm going to probably do a minute timer. Are you going to be around tomorrow morning?
Maybe if you need help. Martin Bishop is here, so if you were Deb Melvin's here. Sorry, Martin. Deb got it. Deb Melvin's here.
Deb Melvin is here. Boom. She says, I'm here. Deb, you get the dime.
All right, we're calling it. Deb Melvin, congrats on your win.
Congratulations, Deb. All righty, guys, we're going to wrap this up tonight. Thank you for the 68 people that are still here. We're going to see you in the morning. It'll be me and Zach, and if Zach has got to go, we'll probably have Mr. Bill up here with us, Papa Rouse, because Parker and Pat's on the road. He's got a lot going on right now, Parker. I think he's trying to buy that house. So boom, we'll see you good people in the morning. Same bat channel, 9 a.m. guys. Mr. Jackson.
See you later, everybody.
You're the man, sir.
Deb Melvin got that one. She was one ahead of you.
Yeah, she was one ahead of you. All righty, guys. Take care.
All right. Bye, everybody.